Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and as you can see, we've gone ahead and welded up the roof. I'll walk you through what we've done there. So yes, it is nighttime in the game, and that's because I'm going to be doing some lighting in here. We want to make sure that the place is airtight and get it illuminated. First, we have to get started, so let's go. So happy Wednesday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day and a terrific week thus far. What we are doing today is we are finishing this little bit up. I wanted to get some of this stuff done while we were in the middle of the night. That way we can check to make sure, because when we turn off the light, as you can see, it goes pitch black. It's as dark in the game as it is on YouTube. Now, one of the things that I want to do, and the reason why I'm doing it this way, is so that we can actually find the lights that we're looking for a little bit easier. So this is going to be bath lights. And we want these to go out to 7.5 meters. Fall off is fine. Intensity 2. Alright. And it looks like it's actually almost sunrise outside. Alright. Let's get those in. Okay, so that's not quite enough light. We want it to go a little bit further, so we're going to bring this up to a 10. Let's bring that up to 10 meters. Yeah, that's better. Okay. All right. And we're just playing around with it to make sure everything works. These are airtight. That's good. Turn the lights back on here. Now I'm trying to figure out where the hell we're going to stick lights in here. Because, yeah. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not going to be able to because of the cargo. Damn it. Alright. Cargo's going to go away. Well, I mean, I guess... No, it's not going to work there. See, if it would work there, we would have been fine, but... Alright, so I think what we're going to do here is to keep everyone from being blinded. Take this stuff out. And what I may do is I may replace a couple of blocks here on the end with... what are they called? The locker blocks. Alright. So these, because these are the corner lights, we want these to be incompletes. Thank you. Okay. And we're going to try these at the 7.5 because there's a lot more of them. Alright, we're going to go here. We're going to go... And you guys are going to be Medbay Hab lights. That way we can tell them apart, because I think I had them called Hab lights before. I want to see those. Okay. So let's go ahead and get these welded up. We're going to turn off our headlamp here for a second. That might work. So I have to say, I do miss... There are some things that I miss about the older Space Engineers gameplay. Like being able to mount lights into the conveyors. I do actually miss a lot of that. So for those who don't know, the conveyor blocks used to be bigger, and they had glass windows on them, and what you could do is, because they were bigger, they actually took up the entire block. You could surface mount lights to them, and unfortunately you can't do that ever since they reduced the size of these things, which, you know, give or take, there's definitely pros and cons to it, but I do think that we kind of lost something in that. But is what it is. Let's go 9, 5, 10. Yeah, 10 should be good. All right. Okay. So we know this area is airtight. This area is now airtight. And that leaves... Hey, look at that. The entire hab module is airtight, which is actually good. We're going to go there and there. And these are going to be the hab entrance lights. Okay. And for these, will 7.5 work for you guys? Come on. 'Cause I don't like having the lights carry through so far, because there's no real collision on the light sources. And so I guess we can take those up to 10. And so I try to keep things balanced around the idea that, you know, some of the lights shouldn't pass through blocks, but oh well, is what it is, I guess. All right, so that gets us a completed hab module, like actual hab module. I'm almost tempted. No, that wouldn't work. Actually, oh, we could do that. Let's do that. Desk. And then we want planter. Okay. Let's go ahead and put the desk here. I don't know if I have any. Oh, I do have parts left. All right, and then maybe something like that. Ah, just out of parts. What do we need for that? We just need glass, really? Nice. Okay. We've got quite a bit of that, so been harvesting all sorts of resources. Thought we had some glass. Yeah, we do. Of course, I'm almost out of hydrogen, which means we're going to have to refill that shortly. Okay. I'm liking this hab module. Now, obviously, we could go through, paint it up. One of the things that I'm actually thinking about doing is taking all the floors out and putting the interior floor blocks in, or the interior blocks. Mainly because of the fact that it gives a little bit warmer of a floor pattern than what we have here. The other thing we could do is we could go ahead and if we do that, it'd be nice if we could change the direction to that floor plan. Oh, okay, we gotta try that. That looks horrible. Oh, that does look like something you'd see in the military. Basically, they put a wood pattern skin on, on the door. Oh, so what I'm thinking is that we'll come through and we'll change. Let's grab that. We don't want to. We do want it to repattern, and we do want the color change. So let's take this to a warmer. I want this to be in this range-ish. Let's try that. That is not a good. That's not a good wood color. Let's go. How about if we go a little darker there, but a little richer on the saturation? Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Okay. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe a little darker. So yeah, basically what I'm going to be doing at this point is trying to figure out a good balance for the coloring. Trying to get this a little bit more actual wood color and not so much wood filler color. Alright, but that gives you an idea basically what we're going to do. Eventually we will come through, we'll replace all the floor textures, which means I'm going to have to pull a large number of things out of here, repaint the floor, and then put the things back in. But that's okay. I mean, I guess I could get away with that. It might be easier to do it that way and then just repaint the surface items. Wow, that looks really bad on the wall. Oh, let's go. No paint, no paint. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to pull a couple of things out to repaint some of this, but yeah, works for now, right? And then in here we'll probably do. Man, that is a horrible color for some of this stuff. Alright. Alright, so that at least gets us there. Oh. Yeah, that is absolutely not a good look for this place. Oh yeah, so let's get out of here because I'm gonna be doing this all bloody day if I don't. All right. There we go. Oh, what are you doing to this place? All right. Let's get the rest of this stuff changed over here so that we can move away from the interesting wood pattern. Of course, that walkway looks pretty nice. I actually like that. Man, if I could actually build on top of the wood pattern, on top of the walkways, those would look bloody epic. All right. Okay, so let's get the last little bit of this done, and we can come back and like I said, I'll do the detail work later. I'm not gonna stress on it too much. Just want to get the bulk of the things changed up, and I can't believe I just did that. So I hit shift while I was changing things, which means inside now is going to be that is So we do that. No pattern. Stay away from the shift key, Hal. Okay. There you go. Alright. And like I said, what I'll end up having to do is basically come back through here and probably pull off these walkway tiles up here to change all of that up so that it actually looks the way I want it to look again. Alright. But that's okay. Because I'm not completely broken up with the idea here, so desks look nice. I've never actually looked at the desks like that before. Okay. So that gets us most of the way there. Alright. That is way too much wood texture, even for me. There you go. There we go. Almost done. Okay. Alright. That's, I think, the majority of it, right? Alright, come here. There we go. Okay, so it's not quite so hard to look at now. That's better. We can live with this for the most part, I think. Oh, mostly. Get rid of the wood pattern on the lights here. And we're gonna get rid of the texture on this stuff. Oh, okay, that's better. All right, let's get out of here before I get distracted again. There we go. So that is the habitation area. Yeah, some of that's gonna bug me. It's just gonna keep bugging me for a while. All right, so now we have our habitation area. We have our med bay, and we have our hangar. We also have a storage area. We have a lot of power, and we're talking about removing that. One of the things I do need to do is recharge really quick. All right, let's go refill our hydrogen bottle, because we're probably going to use a little bit of that. Let's grab this stuff. Go ahead and grab this. Okay, so now when we were together last time, we were working on the Hav area, which is now complete. We have a little bit of stuff. So what I wanted to do, I was going to say we have a little bit of stuff left to do in there, but I'm not going to look over there. Every time I look over there, I see the wood pattern. I want to go change it, but no, we're going to leave it. Okay. So what I had wanted to get done today, or when we were together on Monday, what I was thinking was having the drill system you know, working on basically having a self-replicating drill piece. But I didn't have a whole lot of time to sit down and work on that design, so I think we're going to leave that for right now. One of the things that we do need is we do need to have... so we can't even do the remote mining bases yet because we'll need the ability to produce materials there. Man. We may have run into a work stoppage. Well, one of the things that we still have to do, or one of the things that we do still need, is we're going to need a cargo vessel that's capable of transatmospheric flight. So we need something that's going to be big enough to fly here in, you know, planet side, but we also need something that we can take transatmospheric. Now the little shuttle, the little ship we have, is able to start in space. Well, technically it would be able to start in space and then go atmospheric, but once you hit an atmosphere you wouldn't be able to get it back, so it would make a good escape vessel, but it would make a horrible transfer vehicle. So what maybe we can do is let's take this general design and we'll scale it up. So we'll actually have like say 2 hydrogen tanks on board for fuel. Maybe a large cargo. We'll put in a survival kit so we'll be able to respawn, and then we'll just have a small cockpit area that has maybe 2 seats in it. That might work. Yeah, that should work. We'll have to figure out how we're going to do the flight systems. Because I'm thinking 3 large atmospherics. That'll get us up, and then we'll have maybe like 8 or 10 hydrogen thrusters for lift. Basically, that'll get us from atmospheric to out of the atmosphere to where we could then switch over to the ion once we have them. And we've got planet there. Our moon is on the other side of the bloody planet again. We get the worst spawns sometimes when we're looking for moon spawns. Alright. Okay, so I think that'll be a plan. Let's work with that idea. So, and drop this stuff off. We're just going to use straight regular armor blocks for the planning phase. So we're going to go... Let's try and even this thing out here, actually. So if we do that, flip this beast over, and we're gonna come back this way just a little bit. I need steel plates. Son of a bitch. Alright, come here, you. Knew I forgot something. Alright. There we go. Alright, so if you're still doing that, so you're actually okay that way. Let's see here. Trying to get it. Okay, so in theory, that beast Yes, okay, it is actually attached to the ground. Good. Well, it's attached as a landing gear ever gets. Alright. And so, like I said, we want something that's going to be able to hold a lot of cargo. So we're going to take, from this point, we're going to take it up a little bit. And that is, oh. How the hell did we get on that block? Alright. Let's try that again. Alright, so we're going to go there. Not even going to worry about the wolves. And so the idea is that we're actually going to have the landing gear mostly encased. Basically just gives us an idea of where things need to be. Alright. And so we know not to put anything below that level. Alright. So we're just going to bring this back. Like I said, I don't know how big the ship's actually going to end up being. But this will at least give us something to work in. Alright. Alright, so that's actually enough room for interior space. We'll probably be able to put so if we go with this being basically the hab area at that level. Alright. So what did we say we need? We need a med kit, or the survival kit for spawning. We need... So if we do kit there... Alright, so let's go ahead. Why did that... Can we... There we go. Alright. So we're going to do a survival kit here. I think we'll do... conveyor block. We're going to do a conveyor junction right there. And we'll put a vent right here just to have it, so we'll be able to spawn here. We've got our vent here. Conveyor junction heads back behind. Alright. So if we go there, we can do something like that. Thinking we go say something maybe like this. Then we end up with the ability to separate this out a little bit. So if we go block there, we'll make this thing livable. So we're going to have a couple of beds on it. Got the spawn there. We can... Actually, no, we'll leave that where it is. That way we can get in the inventory. Alright. Okay, so we have that figured out. We're going to do... Alright, we want this to be airlocked. So I'm... Alright, and then let's figure out... Armory... So we can do... Shower on one side. The bathroom on the other. That gives us a little bit of space in here. Come back here. This is where you'll end up respawning. Which means we can do... So basically, while these things really don't serve a purpose in the game other than, you know, just basically having some fun with it. Let's go ahead and... Oops. I do like to try and plan around a little bit around the roleplay aspects of the game. Let's see, if we do that, we can then put a window in. So we'll go ahead and put the window in there. That gives us a little bit of space in here. And what we can do here is we'll have just a small eating area. Alright. So, basically you cook, you eat. Okay. And then you have what will become the bridge area. Okay, so that gets us most of the beginnings of that. So now what we need is we need a cargo. And I am going to put the cargo basically here so that it's pretty close to where we're using center of mass. Right. We're going to go ahead and put a couple hydrogen tanks in. Oh, you know what I could do? Let's do this. Get rid of those guys for right now. Let's reorganize the bar here a little bit. We're going to grab that. We're going to grab these. And then we need both hydrogen and oxygen tanks. Okay, so 7. It's going to go that way. We have, let's see here. So we only need the one O2 generator. Now we could get away with adding more. I had a couple of people ask me, why would you ever add more? And part of it is because there are going to be times when you need to produce a lot more oxygen or hydrogen. So if you have a couple of O2 generators, you can actually get around not having hydrogen tanks. You just have to have enough storage for all the ice. Now, I don't recommend it because it's, while it can be fun to do, it is a potentially a very annoying thing to have to deal with. So if we go hydrogen tank there, we center up hydrogen tank there. Actually, how about if we go hydrogen tank like that? Like Kind of liking that a little bit better, I think. Alright. So we do hydrogen tanks off of there. Do another hydrogen tank there. Okay. We can do a couple of oxygen tanks. And then right below, or right above those, four hydrogen tanks should be enough, I hope. Alright. So you are that way. Okay. So if we go... and that way, that puts us... that allows us to have thrusters on this side, thrusters there. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to plan ahead for my thruster layout. Let's turn it off for a second. And to be able to get in here and get this stuff welded up. Alright, so we still need batteries, which are actually going to be easy to place in. I'm thinking we're going to do... let's go ahead and put a door in so that we can deal with some of this. We want traditional door. And I'll probably run conveyor, actually. Yeah, I'll probably end up running a conveyor underneath. Basically turn the landing gear to the side so that it's going forward and aft instead of port to starboard. And then that'll allow me to run conveyors on either side of it. Which should be good. We'll do probably 4 large atmospherics for lift. We'll attach them here on these ports. Run some conveyor lines forward a little bit. Maybe even just do a conveyor junction like right here. And right there. What is that? That is block. And that goes there. Alright, so if we go ahead and get rid of that stuff right now, we're going to say small hydrogen thruster. Small hydrogen thruster. And can't tell if that is... yeah, okay. So we're saying something like this, basically. And yes, this is a lot of overkill for the amount of cargo we're carrying. But what I want to be able to do is have a connector or some way of connecting additional cargo mass to the bottom. So what I'm thinking is what we'll do is we'll actually put a merge block on the bottom and then maybe one aft. Not going to worry about the wolves. Maybe one aft here that basically bring this line back a little bit. But because it's because we have a pass through here, we can actually continue our conveyor line. So maybe just put a connector on the back and pick up cargo boxes. So we'll actually be able to take additional cargo with us. So you know how we have the connector here? Basically do the same thing just on the back of the ship. And bring it out a little bit so that the connection points clear the surface. So we don't have to worry about, you know, extra cargo blocks becoming merged into the ship by accident. Yeah, I think that'll work. And so you basically come in from either the port or starboard side. You have some casual stuff here, you have some residential stuff here, you have your cockpit up here. And because we have the sloped LCDs, we can actually play with those as well. And I'm thinking instead of using some of the windows, we'll use the LCD trick for that as well, the clear LCDs. So that way we'll actually have windows that we can put that'll be transparent, or as transparent as needed, to be able to look through and be able to have, say, maybe part of our HUDs on there. Which, this whole thing might come in together pretty nicely, actually. I kind of like this floor. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and start welding this thing up. I have to make a lot of parts, so I'm going to go ahead and do a quick cut. We'll get this thing welded up, figure out where we've got space, and we'll start dealing with things like putting in gyros, actually mapping out the rest of our thruster system so that we can get things online and get the ship flyable. Alright, so we'll do that quick cut, and I will be right back. Alright, and we're back. So we've gotten a bit of the stuff welded up. Went ahead and welded up most of the stuff on the aft portion, with the exception of the large thrusters and that one conveyor block, which I still need to fix. And so we've been working on the interior space here a little bit. So what we're going to do is you come in, you got the airlock that we talked about, you know, you've got your air vent right here. We've gone ahead and crafted up a bunch of components. The kitchen up and running. I'm gonna have to go grab some steel plates. Get this stuff up. I think I should have everything I need to finish off the habitation area. Minus the steel plates, obviously. But I figured it would be nice to at least let you see what we're going with here. Because I know a lot of the folks, I've had people tell me before that they really do have trouble visualizing. Like they watch me build it and being able to keep track of it. So I figured, yeah, you know, we'll play nice and oh, you know what we can do? Since we've been doing it on all of our other builds this time around, let's go take that stuff out and do this. Do I want it on that side? Yeah, that's the side I want it on. Because with it on that side, it should match up with the door and keep this area airtight. I'm not sure though. We'll have to try it out. Alright, and then for there, we just need a bunch of plates. So let's go ahead and grab those. And they're going to be interior, so I'm not worried about the exterior appearance of them. So let's go ahead and grab, hopefully, the parts for those. And we're going to go plate. We want, actually, let's do it this way. We want as many plates as we can get. Okay. So first things first, let's weld up the actual blocks. Alright. Then we can start welding up this kind of stuff. When there's nothing back here, we need it. Yeah. And so what I'm thinking is for any of the blocks that are actually exterior. Oh, I need to make that a window, don't I? Because this is center one window. Window. Not that when everything's done we're actually going to be able to walk around back there, but go ahead and get some of this welded up so we can be sure we are not cutting things that we don't want to be cutting. Before I forget, we're going to go ahead and throw one of these in here. Alright. And then we're just going to run down the center of the ship, get some of these blocks welded up. Go ahead and grab one of those. Now the idea is that these are basically going to, we know that the crew area here is going to be at least, you know, this wide and maybe 1 block longer. I don't know. We'll see. But there's a very real possibility that these blocks may get replaced with something else just for the design style when we get a little further along. Gotta get the rest of this welded up. I just realized we don't have any lockers here, do we? Maybe I'll... That actually wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's go here and we do something like that maybe? So you know, you put your stuff in, go do what you need to do, come over here, do the same, do what you need to do. Yeah. That might work. Alright. Okay, is that everything welded up in here now? Except for the stuff we just added. So we have a window, a door, 2 lockers. Anything else? No, okay. Let's go grab some parts. So what I've been doing is, if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to do less in the way of greebling. Off camera, this way we can actually work on not just the basic ship but the interior design and layout as we go. And one of the nice things about doing it this way, we can actually put the double lights in here now, and that'll give us all of the cabin light that we'll actually need. Does cut down on the livable, the open space, but I do like the fact that you now have a little bit of, you know, for the RP aspect, you have a little bit of privacy when you're taking a shower. And I might, no, I can't put a door here. It's almost tempting to move the doors up and move all of this other stuff back. Because then what I'd be able to do is I could put a door back here to secure it, but I think we're going to leave that open, just leave it an open floor plan. Yeah, I think we'll leave it like that for now. Let's go ahead and get some of the underbody here done. And like I said, we're going to leave the outer edges for now. Let me start cleaning up some of this mess. We'll leave that so that we know we still have our gauge. do I want a centerline connector in here? Because we are going to need a connector, which means we're going to do that, that. So do I want this stuff? I'm just going to do that. Because what I was thinking was we could do something like this. Maybe? Actually, let's go... maybe something like that for stylizing it a little bit. And then we bring that in. Now we want to keep our conveyor on here because you never know when we're going to need it. So let's do that, and if we go... we could do something like this maybe. Which would then get us... not sure how connected everything is, so before we go any further, take that off now. This is going to continue out this way a little bit. I mean, it's even possible that we could bring these in a little. But for now, let's go ahead and we're going to assume that that's going to be a straight line here. And we're just going to go ahead and weld all of this up to this point at least. As, like I said, it's very possible we're going to come back and rip all of that out. I'm just trying to get an idea of what we're going for the design line here. Let's go ahead and get the rest of these up. Right. Okay. And then, like I said, we'll probably end up with is that feeding forward, maybe? Actually, no. If we do that, we can have a line feeding up here to feed a conveyor. Do I want to do the vent here? If we do a vent there, so if we do a vent, because I don't think those are airtight. So let's see here. We're gonna do a vent, do a walkway, and then two of these, and just a bunch of those. Okay, let's try this. And so what we'll end up with is these actually will come out. I don't know what we're going to replace them with, though. But basically, we're going to have the whole thing drop down another level. It's actually going to have to drop down 2. Which is fine, I just... Alright. Go with that? No, let's turn that. Let's turn that this way. There we go. And we'll find out once we have the ship pressurized, or sealed off, and see if that'll pressurize up. Come on back here. Okay. There you go. And we can have piping off of this side, basically just run. Like I said, we'll eventually turn that so that it's not blocking, but we'll have conveyor blocks there, which means we do need to plan this one a little bit more. Do we want to go... See, I'm almost tempted. Because, see, that gives us a much, I don't want to say a much gentler line. But I kind of want to bring this down here. So maybe we will go like that, and then bring that down. Because basically what I don't want to have a lot of things exposed. I mean, I guess I could go with that. And then under the body we would just do the like the graded walkways or something to protect it. And we could do that on both sides to make it look vented. That could work. And on this side,
Energy low.
We would end up with a walkway there, but it's not gonna. So if we went like so, we'd have to have that there, which would bring it over. Yeah, that could work, actually. That could work nicely, because if we do that, that allows us to have this, which then brings us to here. Yeah, that could work. Let's see how this looks when we're done. We'll bring this back. To there. See, because then what we run into is we run into the problem of getting this matched up there. Alright, and then that comes back here. I'm kind of liking where this is going. I'm not gonna lie. Now that does mean we have to replace all the stuff back that we took out. And then for here, we go like that. And that does actually... We could leave that there, maybe. Okay, let's take out this one for a second. We're going to go full on there. Now, because what I'm thinking is we might be able to attach a light there. Take the conveyor junction out for a second. See, I was hoping we'd be able to get a light there, but we can put a light here. And that actually might not be a bad idea. Because then that allows us to have a little bit of light back here when we're docking. We'll be able to see, hopefully, see a little bit better. Do one on either side. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. I'm going to leave those because I like the way that that looks, actually. We'll take that out because all of this is coming out. And all that goes back like so. Alright, let's see what this looks like when it's actually welded up. I'm gonna have to go recharge, grab some more plates. Yeah, and we have to adjust lighting. So let me go ahead, get all my stuff sorted out again, and
Energy critical.
We'll bring you back as soon as we've gotten everything done. Well, as soon as we're recharged and ready to start welding again. We'll be right back. And we're back once more. Okay. So we're just getting the last of this stuff welded in. And I wanted to take a look. So I want to take a check that, make sure it looks okay on both sides. It looks pretty good on both sides, actually. So we come through here. We got forward. We got stuff here. We can turn that off now. Got a little bit of space back here. So if we're sitting here, oh, look at that. You can actually look out both windows. Nice. All right. Okay, so that's gonna do us pretty good, I think. So the more I'm looking at it, I think we need to change up a few things, but it's going to be more just like detail work than it is actual structural work. And we still need to figure out what we're doing for like the batteries and such. What I'm probably going to do here is I may end up, well, I mean, I guess I can probably crouch under that to get in under here, at least until I put the plates on. But one of the things that we wanted to do was figure out if we're going to be able to make this look good. Because what we're talking about here is something like where it will go something like that. And then we say, because I don't have any construction components, so and I'd figure. Let's grab 1,000 because we can. All right. So what we're talking about here is potentially, actually, because we're going to go that way with it. So yeah, it makes sense to do it all on the same tiers, 3, 4, 5. 6. And then once the landing gears rotate at 90 degrees, we'll basically have all of this there. And then do I want to go? I'm kind of torn on if I want that or not. Because if we do something like this, actually, you're gonna have to come out. That'll give us that, and then this will be here. Yeah, I think that'll work. So if we do that, like I said, the landing gear will get changed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Let's grab these really quick. Oop. Helps if I spell computer correctly, right? There you go. I'm gonna drop off like 500 of those. There we go. So now we can... Ah, crap. Wrong one. Marry you. Get back those small steel tubes. Alright. Alright. And one more. Now, there is a potential that we need to... oh, no, that should be... Oh, we may need to put the... I forgot. The air vents are not all... don't always detect this being sealed, even though that they're in that place. So there is the potential for it to not seal if you have it just kind of hanging out there. Alright, we just want 2 of those. Well, 20 of those is what I grabbed. Okay. And then we'll just need to get this thing flying so that we'll be able to swap that landing gear out. Oh, okay, we want... 4 of those. Now, there is a benefit here that we have everything basically directly above us. Alright. Now, what I want to do is we're going to do a quick cleanup of our inventory system. Just because we want to make sure everything is as condensed as possible. Looks like that should be everything. Yep, it's all there now. Okay. Now, I only do that so that I can basically go through here and pick stuff up and not have to go looking to make sure I've gotten everything. So if I'm out of, say, small, like motors, what that will allow me to do is to look very quickly and say, I've got X number of motors. Okay, I can, you know, so I don't have to try and build something to figure out if I'm out of something. Alright, so one motor is up. And one of the things we were talking about is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring the bay in like this is that we can actually put our gyros and like antenna, or actually, can I get an antenna in there? How many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4. How big is the antenna? The antenna's 5 blocks, isn't it? I just realized. So if I go... So if I place that there, am I going to be able to get the antenna in here? Oh. I don't need many, I just need a couple. Because I may have just inadvertently realized we have a problem. All right. Okay, so if I go... Crap. Yes, it's already running into the landing gear, so it's... How many blocks is this damn thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, it is actually 5 blocks. And I think that puts us in conflict with the landing gear, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. But when this is done, that's going to be turned, so in theory that should meet up, and we should be able to put our gyro up here. I may have to find a different place for the gyro. It's not like we don't have plenty of open space. I mean, I can put the gyros back here. Actually, that might not be a bad idea. Alright, so, yeah. Okay, let's, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drop this stuff here. We're going to pick up the next batch of our stuff with the large thrusters before I get any more distracted. Oh, I still need to figure out the lateral thruster positions, which I'm not sure. Not sure how we're gonna do those. Alright. Probably should start thinking about that, huh? Because for the hydrogen laterals, that's not a problem. We can just strap those on. Maybe we'll go above and below for Atmo. Kind of liking the lines that we have going on, though, so I don't really want to that out. So maybe Atmo here, Atmo there, Atmo everywhere, and then we have thruster. We have the hydrogen thrusters off on that side. Well, if I... Oh, you know what I can do? If I do that, like if I bring this out to here-ish, maybe to there. Yeah, that could work. Because that leaves us one block in the middle. And we really just need that thruster for vertical control. Oh no, actually we've got plenty of space. Where we're gonna run into any potential issues is when we get, if we want to go ion, we'll have to replace probably some of the flooring is what I'm guessing. And some of the ceiling. So we'll want to plan accordingly on that. Okay, yeah. Let's get as much of this done first, and then we'll worry about that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and finish up these 2 large thrusters. We're going to do one more quick cut. When we come back, we'll start working on the lateral and probably the roof section of the hab area. So yeah, let's go ahead and keep schlepping parts, and we will be right back. Alright, and we're back. So, while I was working on it, I realized I didn't have atmospheric forward and reverse thrust. So, yeah, we're going to have more large thrusters, which means this thing is going to require quite a bit of power in order to operate. So what I'm thinking here is, I've got a bunch of plates, okay. So what I'm thinking is we may go something a little more conservative on this aspect of it. We're going to have thrusters there. That one. 1, 2, 3. So for the design, this is what I'm thinking here. For those who watch the multiplayer stuff with Dredden, he and I basically did a little design thing where he did put the batteries into the roof, and that's what I was thinking about doing here. But I think we're also going to need more, because with that many large thrusters, we're gonna need energy. Yeah, we're gonna need power. So I'm thinking what we may do. So we do there. Let's go ahead and not worry about the walkway stuff for now. But let's go ahead and do something like this, where we can see the power levels on the battery. And we're going to do the same here. Right. Like that. And so what that allows us to do is, when we're in here, we can see at a glance where our power is, and then that also leaves us the ability to have a centerline ion thruster mounted up here somewhere along the way. It's going to be kind of tight in there, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? Okay, so let's go. Do another battery here, I think. See, the problem that we run into is that with the way that the ship is designed, we don't have a reactor. And I may put one on later if we find uranium, but with the way that the low spawn rate of uranium has made it really, really difficult in order to, for doing things like power generation. So what we may run into is a system or a setup where we basically run. Oh, that actually could be kind of cool, come to think of it. What I was thinking is that if we get to the point where we want reactors instead of one large reactor, we do something like this, where you have a reactor there. Right, yeah, okay. No, that's not going to work. We'd have to do then is... I don't know if I have the interior plates. Do I have interior plates? No, I don't. Okay, so I just need... Let's grab some interior plates really quick. Because I'm waiting for lots of stuff to be made anyway. Well, we're going to have to queue a bunch of stuff up, I should say. There we go. Okay, so if we go... 1, 2, 3, maybe? We can do is we can have one reactor like that, one reactor like that. See. And that gives us another connector back here. But with that number of small reactors, I mean, basically, you need a lot of power for these things. Each one of these, I'm trying to remember exactly how much they take. I want to say you need one large reactor for like 3 large thrusters or something like that, equivalent. Oh, that's not powered, so we can't even get into the bloody thing. Okay. That's really weird. I thought you used to be able to get into those even though they weren't powered. Huh. I don't know. Let's do it this way. Oh, large atmospheric thrusters, right? So these things, 16 megawatts. I haven't actually looked at the reactors since... Oh no, hell. Okay. So, for every 2... 32, so 30. Yeah, so basically you need just slightly more than a 1-to-1 ratio. So 5 small reactors for 4 large thrusters would be perfect. And I think we end up with 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we end up with 5. Okay. Yeah, so that's actually perfect. Holy hell. Okay, that works nicely. Because then we're, for the rest of the thrusters, we're basically going like so, and like so. Come here, we'll get back up there. All right. And then we can do something like that, maybe, just to close off this space. And then for here, doesn't really matter. So we end up with something like that, maybe. And then here we can... Oh, no. Get that out of there. So we, just to make this whole... Just to tie the whole thing together a little bit. There you go. And so with all of that... Battery... So we have a lot of batteries we need. Alright, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know I need more than 8 batteries, so I'm just gonna queue it all up. And what I'm thinking here is that maybe these 2 blocks will become ion thrusters at some point. We don't have to worry about getting reactors online yet. So this is just kind of future expansion stuff. But for now, works. Alright. Let's see, and that goes there, there, there. got air vent there. So yeah, no, that all works. And then for here we just do something like this just to tie it together. Like I said, we can always put a gyro here if we need to. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Hell, if we wanted to be really funny about it, we could put a gyro here and put a walkway up there and have the whole thing airtight. Which might actually be not a bad idea. Let's do that, shall we? And then we just put the walkway on top of that. Alright, so we have to one there and one there. Okay. Alright, so this is another one of those, it has gone entirely too long. What I'm going to do is we're going to get the rest of this stuff welded up. I'll get the batteries in. Oh, I'm thinking we may actually end up putting some solar on this thing as well. I may hang some solar like off the edge here. Let me see here. I should have plates, yeah. So I'm thinking maybe turn off the auto rotate again. There you go. So maybe either like this. So we do like, I don't know, maybe 2 of these on either side.
Fuel low.
Give me down, give me down, give me down. Whew. Alright, that's close.
Critical.
So we end up with 4 solar just for, you know, charging.
Energy low.
What I will probably do, damn it, I just realized. It's just needed to get down because of that. What I will probably do is I'll probably rotate those 90 degrees so that they don't stick out quite so far off the edge of the ship. And I may actually reposition them so that they're back over, say, on top of the large thrusters, the large atmospherics. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Alright, so while we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. That is what the area is for. It's always greatly appreciated. If you're new here, you haven't done so already, or you just want to do something nice for me this lovely, lovely Wednesday, be sure to hit that subscribe. And if you want to be kept up to date with what's going on around this place, there is a little notification icon. Looks like a bell. YouTube keeps saying that they have, you know, changed it so that that thing does work. You know, I'm never one to believe them, but hey, you never know. Maybe they did. Give it a try. Let me know if it doesn't. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank y'all for stopping in. Hope you have a fabulous Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll be back next time on Friday for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. So if we do that, and that will get us. We'll make sure we did that to the outside on both of those. That's to the outside there, that's the outside there. I may actually move that to the inside. But that will give us the ability to generate a lot of power. Well, some power. But that coupled with the engines, we'll have thrusters. Yeah, we'll get all this welded up. So we get all this welded up for you when we come back on Friday. I may or may not have a cockpit on this. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, Take care, everybody.